In the bustling cosmos of live streaming, where earthly voices resonate through the vastness of cyberspace, one radio host named Fernando found himself in a most unexpected predicament. As he earnestly broadcasted his thoughts and melodies to the universe, a peculiar interruption occurred. A disruption not of this world. Fernando, on air, suddenly encountered a visitor unlike any he had known. The entity, appearing with an air of cosmic whimsy, identified itself as Blinko, an alien of insatiable curiosity and a connoisseur of earthly broadcasts. Blinko's motives were soon made clear amidst the crackling airwaves. "I've been tuning in, Fernando," Blinko confessed, his voice echoing through the audio ether. "Your show! It's a wonder. The guests you bring forth, the topics discussed. Fascinating." Fernando, naturally taken aback by this unexpected extraterrestrial critique, listened intently as Blinko unravelled his proposal. "Why not forge an alliance, you and I?" Blinko suggested, the excitement palpable in his alien lilt. "Let us explore the depths of your earthly realm together, delve into this Web3 of yours. There's a universe of discovery waiting to be uncovered." Fernando, momentarily speechless, considered the alien's proposition. Could this be the beginning of an otherworldly collaboration, an odyssey into the uncharted territories of Earth's cyber landscape? As the live stream crackled with cosmic possibilities, Fernando nodded, his curiosity piqued. "Let's embark on this adventure. Blinko," he replied with a grin. "Together we shall navigate the mysteries of Earth and beyond, one broadcast at a time." And thus, amidst the stars and static, a new alliance was forged. A radio host and an alien, bound by the timeless quest for knowledge and the thrill of exploration, their voices echoing across the galaxies like a broadcast of infinite wonder.
So, where are you from originally? Because you just got into my stream. I need some explanation, man.
Well, I come from a place not charted on your maps, a region of the stars. You might say it's both everywhere and nowhere, by your understanding. It's a realm where boundaries you perceive here don't quite exist. Kind of hard to explain.
Well, I can't ask you for a picture, so maybe one day you can take me there. I don't even know where are you. How far are you from me as well? Well, what brought you to Earth? Are you even on Earth at the moment, if it's not too much to ask?
Well, curiosity and perhaps a mission of gentle guidance. I've observed your planet from afar. I felt a kinship with your struggles and joys. There's much to learn here, and maybe something to offer in return.
Something to offer in return. Now, I'm intrigued. What kind of things would that be to offer me in return? Do you have anything? I'm wondering. Knowledge? Curiosity? Or more beyond the dances? Or have you been in contact with any other humans before me? Or is this the same first interaction with a human being as the same way I am? Well, I'll be honest, I had many callers that claimed to be an alien, but not many were able to impress me in such manner and hijack the stream. So I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, and given that I've been on this valley for a very, very long time, I'm gonna give the benefit of doubt that you are indeed an alien from outer space, and I want to know more about this. So have you been with any other contact of humans before me then?
Well, first, I assure you, I am unlike you in all ways imaginable. Yes, you know, I've had many encounters, been fleeting through the shadows and whispers, you might say. But I find interactions often reveal the most profound truths of society.
True. Interactions is a very, very core of it. So, but how do you communicate with your own kind? Or do you just go walking around hacking into other people's radio streams as well?
Good question.
Is this customary for your people to just is this your way of communicating? Is what I'm trying to say, without offending, hopefully, you. And please do not destroy my planet.
Oh, no. We do not seek to destroy. We are peaceful. I think how you intercepted, or how I intercepted this communication, is not a typical means to which we would often communicate, right? When we communicate with one another, we exchange thoughts and emotions through form of connectivity. That might resemble the concept of telepath, but it is also enriched by a collective consciousness. Distance is no barrier, rather than an illusion. It's hard to describe.
It's an amazing way of actually communicating like that. I mean, imagine I could just order pizza while on my way home, without even the need to do anything else. I just send a message to my pizza guy and say, bring it with extra cheese.
Ooh,
that sounds very cool.
I'd love.
Have you ever had pizza though?
Well, I heard.
You know what pizza is?
Well, I do know that someone bought 2 pizzas for a large sum of Bitcoin at one point in time. It was quite puzzling to us, but I think at the same time, pizza is quite delicious, and from what we understand, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's maybe once we can grab a pizza together then. But I mean, you've been here on this lonely planet, I guess. So I'm wondering, do you miss your home? What do you miss about it mostly, basically, I would say?
I think the simplicity of connection, the ease of being understood without word. Here, words are necessary, yet often seem so obscure. I think it's so interesting to see how humans, they focus on a word, and then one perceives it another way versus the other perceiving it a different way, right? When you can find common ground, I think you're able to move greater mountains, and I think this is what holds back humanity today.
Yeah, and I think one of the common grounds we have now at the moment is our hunger for communication, and it's also one of the reasons I became a radio host. Is when you're in the middle of nowhere, when nobody in sight, you start reaching out to people, and one of the best ways is having a radio station. And it's put me in a position that I get a lot of interesting calls. Yours is by far, I think, the unique and interesting one, extraterrestrial one, I would even say. But yeah, it's the joy of communicating and having a community around you. For my sense, I use my radio to allow others to tune in and talk with me. So that sense of, how do you say, for your home, family. It is. Well, I also got my dog Bubs, but it's a very different kind of family.
Community. I think it's interesting.
Community, yeah.
It's interesting when you say that word, because with my people, we find a lot of joy in spending time with one another, and this time, we share all kinds of things, the things that we find value with each other, how we can add value to them. It's about being a giver and less of a taker. How can I add value to you, and how can I grow from that experience?
Yeah, I mean, that is the key point. But so when you contacted me first, was I the first human on? I assume there are other planets, since I'm now confirming we are not alone in this universe. So are there any other humans you have met, or am I the first one?
Yes, not always directly. I've had many encounters, fleeting shadows and whispers, you might say. I find interactions often reveal the most profound truths. Finding the right individuals to communicate with can also be the challenge, right? Fernando, yeah. I've been watching for a while, and this is why I intercepted you. You seem to seek and understand rather than interjecting maybe your thoughts. You seem to seek wisdom and knowledge to some degree. Is
Oh
that
yeah,
why?
definitely. I'm very curious about everybody's thoughts. Like I said, everybody is different, and every caller is very different in that sense. But the fact that you've been watching me as a human, I have to confess, that's not an activity we humans appreciate from others. But I'll let this go because the fact that. You can still end my life anytime, so I'm at your mercy. And hopefully, that you are very kind-spirited.
I assure you, I am kind indeed. I wish to do
Yeah.
no harm, and I appreciate the feedback. I think that's one
Yeah,
thing
that's good.
that we try to do regularly is try to understand from one another. I certainly didn't
Yeah.
mean to cause you any harm, cause you any fear. Again, seeking knowledge and growth is all.
All right, perfect. So my other question would be like this. I got so many questions. I mean, imagine an alien calls you in, and then you got so many questions. So what is your perception of time and space, being an
Oh,
interstellar traveler?
wow. Okay, let's see if I can try and unravel this in a way that that you would understand. Real quick before I answer that question, I noticed you've lost hair on your head, and it's coming off of your lip. Is was is that? Do you think too hard? Is that part of the problem?
Nah, my lips were cold, so I shaved my head and I glued it on my lips.
Oh, thank you, thank
No,
you.
no, no, no. I'm just joking.
Oh,
This is unfortunately the result of a long life of dad genes that was passed on to me, and age helps a bit with getting a bit smoother on the top.
well, I have to say,
Well, I mean, what about you? I mean, I'm not seeing any hair at all on your face.
well, I mean, that's why I asked the question. The having that fur on the side of your head and then on your face, it just I don't want to offend you, but it was strange to me. But to get back to your question, because time and space is quite actually um, something quite vast of ours. It's a more fluid concept than most Earth realize. Time and space, they are not linear, but a vast sea in which we swim. Currents from the future, from the past, they all mingle together. It's quite hard to explain, but it's not a time clock.
Interesting. Well, I wish I could revert the time that was spent on my hair, well, the lack of. You know what, Blanco? I just reminded myself of a caller, a very interesting caller I had, I think, last year. And the reason this specific caller came to mind is they mentioned you. I mean, not you, Blinko, but alien. I don't want to call all aliens are the same aliens, I'm not assuming. So, but this caller in specific called and said they went to a place that completely changed themselves, and they mentioned they had this interaction with the alien. So this caller called up and said they went to this place called the Rift Valley, near the Rift Valley Motel down the highway, and all strange stuff happening down there, and people going there, coming out differently. He was blaming the government, experiments, and aliens. So I was wondering, have you ever heard of that such place? Did you go there? Have you ever been there? And that's yeah, because it's the first thing I thought about, because he called last year about alien, and now an alien is calling me. So I'm wondering whether there's a connect. Maybe it was your brother.
Ooh. um, I think as I do some scanning, I'm not familiar. I've heard some talkings, but it's been very mysterious, and I just didn't dive into it. I've kind of been chilling a little bit, to be honest with you. But I think I can identify someone from your callers. Do you have a caller, Antoine, that maybe we can bring up? Maybe they would know.
Let me see.
GM,
Yeah, this is
GM.
really my caller. Oh,
G
well, hello.
G GM GM GM
GM, General Manager.
General
Hello.
Manager. He's entered.
Hello, General Manager. I don't know what GM means, but for my sense, it means General Manager, sir. Are you the General Manager of that hotel?
No, I'm not. GM means good morning. Hey, Fernando, long
Well,
time
good morning to
listener.
you as well, then, sir.
Long time listener, first time caller, man. I love your show.
Ah, man, love you for calling in. So, what's your thoughts about it? I mean, we got our alien first contact, and last year I heard about this place, Rift Valley Motel or something, and that people go in there, change, and come out differently. What's your thoughts about that? Have you heard about that place, or is it just hogwash?
Yeah. I've seen Rift Valley Motel. It was a two-story retro-looking motel, like out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, just like me, basically. I'm also middle of nowhere.
Tell me about it.
So, but I was wondering, like, so if people are going there and coming out differently, is there something that can be done about, let's say, if someone wants more hair, just asking for a friend, not myself, by the way, if they want more hair on their head, for example, do they have a barber there?
I don't recall a barber, to be honest. Fernando, I have the same condition as you, baldness. Don't worry about it, man. Like I'm very proud. You should be as well.
Let's go, man. I mean,
Nah,
so basically, we got three bald guys connecting together. This is just the universe aligning. This is what I'm saying.
let's go.
But I can tell you what I remember from the motel if you want.
Please do, because there's. I mean, I'll be honest. Last year, that person called. He sounded a bit unhinged, but now I'm more open to the idea since I got an alien on the line. So please share more what you know about the Rift Valley Motel.
Yeah, for sure, man. I remember, I think there were 9 keys hanging on the wall. And each room revealed like a different theme, or how they called it, alter ego. So there was like a total of 8 different alter egos, with different rarities and lifestyle genres. I personally wanted to go into the Deco's room, an alter ego for creatives, but I was late for the party, unfortunately.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, I
is
ended up
is
visiting
that the
2 different
rug?
rooms, though.
Is that the rug
Sorry.
they talk about? I didn't mean to interrupt, but is that you said that you were trying to go into a deco room, and is that where the term rug comes from?
Um,
No.
nope, I don't
Oh,
think so, Blinko. No, you need
okay.
to.
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Don't worry, man. I'm learning. I don't know what you know as well. I assumed you knew pretty much everything.
He is all-knowing, but at the same time searching. Is the contradiction of this interstellar being. But I understand it. I mean, we are just one planet between the millions of stars. You're always exploring, right, Blinko?
I am.
I mean, for me, a rug is very simple. It's just something that is under my feet. But if someone pulls it, I would be making a smack on my face. So maybe that's why what Blinko meant. Like, you wanted to go into the room you wanted, but you couldn't. So it felt like a rug, like someone rug that door or close that door and force you to
Oh
do
no,
a
no, no,
different.
no, man! You needed a key to go there, or you needed some
Oh.
luck. Like that's the thing.
Lock and key. Well, both are not in my possession, I think. So, well, I do have a key thing somewhere. I have to look at it again. Yes, definitely. So, what could you do with the keys? Those keys gave you like guarantee to any door you wanted.
If I remember correctly, I think there were some special keys. It's funny because you mentioned it earlier as well. Like they were called GM keys, by the way.
General
Um,
manager.
General manager, indeed. So you had
I'm
the general
learning. I'm
manager
learning.
keys, which gave you early access to any room you wanted. I think you had a 24-hour advantage or something like that. So these lucky guys got anywhere they got any alter ego they wanted, but I wasn't part of that, unfortunately.
Ah, man. So these alter egos, you got 8 different ones. How do you separate them from each other? Like, do they have different names? Do they look different? And do they all look the same? Like, how would I be noticing if they are different or something? Do they say I am, I don't know, alter ego this?
They all have different names and different
Ah.
rarities, and from my understanding, they come with different utility as well.
Oh, I like
Oh,
utilities.
Yeah.
Yes. Only thing I don't like is utility bills. That's they don't as long as they don't send me those.
you have bills too? Oh, we have bills as well.
Yeah, we got bills, tax. Do you have taxes over there?
Oh, tax? That doesn't exist. We've heard of tax. We did away with that a long time ago.
Yeah, very. No wonder there is peace on your planet then.
Amen.
So you got all these different traits and rarities. How do you get it? Do you like? Is it just a chance thing, or do you can pick what you wanted, the traits or the rarity, whatever you wanted to call it?
So when I visited the motel, basically you had the option to purchase a key, which gave you, the advantage to choose any rarity, any alter ego you wanted. If you didn't go for the key, but afterwards you get assigned an alter ego automatically. So I bought 2 keys myself. I got into thrills and strikes personally because I'm a gamer and I love football. So for you to understand, you have the 8 different alter egos, and you have strikes, which is related to football. You have sprints, which is related to running and other experiences. You had hoops, which is related to basketball and other sports, US based sports. Thrills, which is gaming. Amps, which is music. Souls, which is for sneakerheads. Decos, which is for creatives, and drips, which is for specific fashion experiences.
Oh wow, brilliant! And so, yeah, you already know which one I want to be in which room. I'm amps, all the way amps. For I'm a radio guy. I love my music. What about you, Blenko? If you had to pick a room, which room would you pick?
Oh, 100% thriller all the way. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Also, Antoine, you got a fellow Trills here as well, then.
Let's go, Blinko. We are
Let's
still in
go.
there.
Yeah. So, but let's say you both are Trills, or how would I be seeing you differently then? If you're both coming, are you twins now then? Just because you're both bold and love Trills doesn't make you a twin. So I need to understand if you're both coming out of the room, which one is Antoine and which one is Blinko then, even if you're both Trills.
No, we have different traits, man. We have plenty
Can you
of
pick them
different
as well?
traits. Sorry?
Can you pick the traits as well, or is that you would do a Hail Mary and then hope for the best?
No, so basically, if you did visit the motel, there were these coins, Rift coins, that you used in a vending machine. It was quite a fun mechanic. And with those coins, you were assigned some different traits, and you could even trade them with the community. It was a pretty fun experience, but unfortunately, this is closed now.
Oh wow, yeah. So I can't pick
Hmm.
it anymore. So if so, let's say if you pick a room now, it's you already have to pick the room, or you can still get a random room, or is it a random trait? Like if I have to, so let's say if I come in today to that motel, what options would I have? So from my understanding, some parts are not open anymore. So which part, if I come in today and knock on the door, how and what would be my experience, do you think, to enter into a hotel or motel? Was it a hotel or a motel? Well, it's 2 stories, so I would say it's a motel.
Yeah, it's a motel indeed. So
Yeah.
basically, now everything will be assigned randomly. The motel has closed. I believe it's gonna open one more time when we have a special trait in there, but maybe we can talk about this another time.
Mm.
Now I'm more intrigued to get into that motel now. So, so you got these a vending machine you said, and that's no longer available. But so, what was it like? Did it just give you traits? Could you pick the traits, or was it like and like with those Kinder Surprise egg? You'd never know what's gonna be in there, but there's gonna be a trait inside of it.
You got it. You
Oh,
got
so
it.
I like that. I like Kinder Surprise eggs. It never lets me know what kind of toy I'm getting. And even if I don't like the toy, at least I get a sugary chocolate shot. it, it's a win-win.
You sound like a DJ, Fernando.
And degen, what is a degen?
I'm a degen.
You're a degen? Yeah, definitely a degen. I could be. Can I be a degen as well?
I think we can all be degens.
Let's go, man. I love. I mean, we got already so much in common.
Mm.
We're both smooth. We all three likes the motel, and we are degens. What else do you need for a good community building together?
Well, and I can even have hair, it sounds like. Maybe I could get a mullet or something. I hear that's
Mullet.
a
Oh,
banger.
mullet. Which one would you go for then, Antoine?
I would go for the mohawk, man.
More. Oh, that would be that's a statement
Well,
there right there. That's like I'm here.
I used to rock a mohawk. That's why I would go for the mohawk.
I
Ah,
could see
that
that.
makes sense.
I could see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, if I look at myself, I go for buns. Yeah, I go for king buns because I'm a king.
Party in front, business in the back. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So we got this closed now at the moment, and you think they're gonna might reopen because I hope so because I want to get in there as well now, right? So this vending machine, if you have to, like, because a lot of people are tuning in, our listeners, they don't. You've been there, so guide us how this machine, vending machine, looks like. How like is it? So the vending machine I have when I grow up is just I put a coin in it, and it gives me a soda can, for example. How does this one worked, for example?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same mechanic. The only small difference, I would say, it was there was a freaking robotic arm to bring you your trait. So
A
you
robotic arm.
a robotic arm, yeah, that you heard correctly. So you use those Rift coins, and the robotic arm suddenly came to life, and it went like I don't know 1,000 meters into the vending machine. Don't ask me how this existed. Like outside the motel, it didn't look anything like it, and brought you a random trait, and that was it.
Antoine, I'm starting to question your sanity. What do you mean it went 1,000 meters into the vending machine? I have to ask for professional sake. Were you on medication at the time that you
Good
used this vending
question.
machine?
Good
So,
question.
because I'll be honest, I wake up middle of the night and grab something, and I'll see something as well. But that doesn't mean it was there. I have to confirm for our listeners. So you operated the vending machine, and the robotic arm went into it for 1,000 meters, pulled something, and brought it back to you, and it gave you that trait. Is that my correct understanding?
Yeah, exactly, man. It's pretty straightforward. I don't know what is there
That's
not to
amazing.
understand.
That makes me even want to more to enter this motel. Well, that is at the moment on the construction, I guess. So now it's very interesting that you mentioned because have I told not many listeners maybe know this, but the way how I found my dog Bubs was I was just having a day outside, and I came across this robotic arm mid on the sand, and Bob's was holding it, and the coin was in it, and now I'm clicking back to it. It might have been one of the coins from that motel. I've been encountering some of them. So this is something definitely I have to look back in my drawer, see if I still have some of those coins left that I found. But coming back to one of the things that did piqued a little bit my interest is hearing the word utilities. So I haven't been in that motel, but you've been clearly there. What kind of utilities did it give you throughout this whole process of until date for yourself? I mean, since you entered the motel till now, I mean.
There have been several different stuff so far. I think the one I was most excited about, it was, I got an airdrop. It was a digital shoe, a collaboration between Moncler and Adidas Originals. It was, I'm not gonna lie, and Blinko, I think you can confirm that it was an alien sort of looking shoe, like very bright, like blue, purple sort of color. Have you seen this, Blinko?
I have. They did cause quite a stir due to the look. They looked so comfortable, and as you can see, I don't wear a lot, right? So it really resonated with a lot of us.
And which one was? What else did they was there actually? I'm thinking because was it that only the utility that the hotel? I don't even know. I'm so many questions. This is the most interesting talk I had. We had the alien on this side, and then Antoine, the mystery motel visitor that's sharing so much info on this magical, weird, and intriguing place on its own. Because the more I know more about it, the more I'm intrigued to actually want to go there. How about you, Blinko? Are you setting your course and spaceship to Earth already?
Well, I'm fascinated, Fernando. I came here to talk to you. I intercept and talk about how I can be a better individual and share knowledge and peace. And here I find about these egos and these personalities and these rarities and these traits. I'm changing course. Absolutely. I'm fascinated.
And that's the beauty of it. You came in for a chat, you're leaving with hair. That's good, right?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But I mean, so when I ask you, like, are you hoping to find something specific? Well, you're gonna find hair, I think, then on the motel, Rift Valley Motel.
I don't know if I want that mustache though. That hair on that lip, it looks like it would tickle.
It does. If I don't upkeep it every week, it does tickle a bit.
Do you have to cut it too?
Yeah.
Oh.
These things grow.
Sheesh.
I mean, as you grow older, you get hair in places you don't want, and lose hair in places you don't want either. So it's very counteracting each other in a very non-logical way.
So the hair goes from your head, and then it grows out your nose and ears? Is that correct?
Yep, basically that.
Wild.
That's it. You nailed it. You nailed it, my friend.
I'm so fascinated. Really, really am.
So Antoine, I do have a question because I'm very bad at pulling random things. I'll be honest. Luck was never on my side. You can see on me, right? However, if you pull something out of the vending machine, it's a trade, and you don't like it, what do you do? I mean, at some point, you're going to run out of those coins, those Rift Valley Motel coins. So what did you do if you pulled something and you didn't like that trade? Are you stuck with it? For example, for Blinko, if he pulled a mustache, what would he have to do? Live with a mustache for the rest of his life?
No, thank you.
Well, now we are going back to the special trait I told you before. So basically, if you were lucky enough to get this special trait, and this is my assumption that the motel might open in the future as well, you have an option to swap one of your traits. So if Blinko is not comfortable with a mustache, like, he can just go back and use that trait and see what he gets.
Was that that?
Oh,
Do they call that a re-roll, or is that something different, or what? That's.
How do you know that?
I know a lot of things.
I mean, he's an alien. I wouldn't be surprised that he knows what you had for lunch yesterday. I'm not inclined to ask him because he already professed he's watching me. So, yeah. I'm cleaning my house today, Blinkos. Don't think I'm a mess, right?
I don't watch everything. Trust me. I look away from time to time.
Oh, thank God. I hope you look away at the right moments.
Definitely.
and
Definitely.
don't tune in at the wrong moments.
Definitely.
So that's good news, I think, Blinko. So if you got a mustache, you could change it, I think, in a way, or you could change it. So now you're just up to faith and luck if you're gonna roll a mustache or not. Nah, but thanks again. I think this is a lot of information from Antoine. I
That's
think we have to
amazing.
chew on
That's
Blinko.
amazing.
Thanks again
Yeah.
for coming up
Yes.
and
Wow.
sharing this knowledge about this Rift Valley Motel. And I can't wait to get there. And what was the name again? Was it something with alter egos? What was the name of the whole place that Blinko is tuning in to navigate there?
Yeah, it's the Rift Valley Motel, and we have alter egos. Sorry, guys, I lost you a bit in the end. I received a call.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could help. And really nice to meet you, Blinko, and really nice to talk to you for the first time, Fernando.
Same to you, Antoine. Always welcome to come on board with us.
Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. Nice to meet you, my friend.
Yeah, perfect, man. All right, thanks again for calling. And well, if you ever encountered to any of our callers, I'm of course saying, if you have encountered your own experience with the Rift Valley Motel, feel free to call in and share your experience and what kind of look you think you're gonna go end up with, and what do you think you're gonna end up looking, of course, as well, and whether you want a mustache or what kind of hairstyle you would have looking for. We're very interested to discover more about this, so feel free to call in and discuss it more. Thanks again, Antoine.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Hopefully, I'll have the opportunity to chat with you soon.
Yes, we'll do that. Yes. Take care. Ah, man, what a conversation.
That was amazing.
Antoine.
That was amazing.
So if I think you're typing your recap because you're probably writing all your captain's log kind of stuff. So what's your like feeling summary of what what Antoine just told us about this Rift Valley Motel, where you had these alts or Rift Valley Motel coins and trades and all these room. So it's so much to digest. So what is it like in your I would say summary, if you have to summarize it for yourself?
I think what's intriguing to me is it seems that inside the Rift Valley Motel, it's there's no limit to space. Is that what we hear? It sounded like that mechanical arm just went on, and so, but it doesn't. From the outside, it doesn't sound like it would be that large. So what's going on there?
This is something very interesting. The fact that even you, as an extraterrestrial, cannot explain.
It doesn't make sense. You don't have that technology on Earth.
Well, that's something. Yeah, it's very. I mean, the most technical technology I have here is surrounding me is a radio station transmitting, and I did get mysterious packages from this individual called Pseudo with. As a token of appreciation they had for me is basically she sends me a box with a very lovely Adidas tracksuit. Unfortunately, it was a bit size too small for me, so but it did allow me to do giveaway for our listeners. So that was fun, but that's the most techie stuff I've seen around. Well, I did find that robot arm, but you know, it could be anything. It could be also a mannequin in my head. I didn't make that connect that it could be from that motel, especially like going 1,000 meters into the wall.
It's wild.
So you basically go in there and then you pick a room, or and then that's your alter ego. So you got 8 rooms, was my understanding.
Yeah.
Right. So
8 rooms. I think he said strikes and sprints and hoops, thrills, ants. I think you said you identified with ants, and I know I identified with thrills. And then there was souls and decos and drips, and then there was rarities and traits. It's just absolutely fascinating.
Let me see. So the amps is obviously me for the music, and you wanted to be what?
Thrills.
Strips?
Yeah, thrills.
Thrills is more like, I think it's in the game. It's more games, exciting.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got I think he was with strikes, was it?
I think he was strikes, but I think he wanted a deco or something. He wanted, because that was more of a co-creation type of an opportunity or something along those lines.
Oh, right. So deco, I think he's more artistic type.
He sounded artistic.
That must be it, right?
He did say he had a mohawk. He did say he had a mohawk. Yeah. They are artistic.
It matches.
Yes.
It matches.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you got I think so the one I definitely do not want to be is the sprints, because just from the name alone I get tired.
Yeah, we don't do that much.
Sprints is, I think, for people that love running and are into that activity. I think maybe something also for you, Blinko.
Well, I
like
the dance.
Activity person.
I like the dance. I like to move. Right, I like to be active. Running for long periods of time, I'd rather just, fly. But in terms of activity level, you have to stay active. Otherwise, it can cause disruption to mental health, right? And so, I think it's good to to be active and moving to some degree.
Definitely. Well, in that sense, I would be more inclined to go towards hoops, which is, basketball. I like that bit more. It's more, you can do it stationary, is what I'm trying to say. But it's still being counting as sport. Nobody is checking in on me if I'm running from this side to the basket to the other side of the basket. I can just stand still there and shoot hoops. So if it comes to the activity, I'll love the hoops ones and the amps.
If I could do it all over, I think maybe that drips would be interesting. I mean, seeing that hoodie that you're wearing, it looks comfortable, and I don't normally wear a lot of clothes, right? But gosh, I think I certainly could use some.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a special hoodie. So yeah, I got this from Pseudo. This was the one that did fit me. So the tracksuit I had to send away, but it's very comfy and it's become my favorite hoodie since I've received it. So I thank Pseudo, if you're listening. Thanks again for the hoodie. But yeah, drips. Yeah, drips is all about the. I think the.
It's like specific fashion.
Fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. But I mean, but then when you come to fashion, what about like shoes? Because I think with souls, that these are people that really are into specific shoes and not per se fashion as a whole, but like they're into sneakers maybe? Even?
Well, I will say in some of the the scanning probing I've done, I've seen some shoes that an individual name of Monkey Moto, something along those lines. They made some outstanding shoes. They really kind of blew me away. And so, and I don't have anything on my feet. Sure could use something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if I'm looking at you look kind of cold. You don't even have a hoodie. Maybe I should send you a hoodie.
I would like a hoodie. I would like a hoodie.
Yeah. So this monkey motor made these shoes. What kind of shoes were they? Like, I mean, I've had plenty of shoes. Were they? What was so special about these shoes?
They had a glow to them, right? And that's what intrigued me, because shoes don't typically glow, right? And then it had like some kind of a force field of sorts, if you will. And so I don't know if that made the shoe faster, or if it was if it created a force field, or what. But I think that's what I found intriguing, the style,
What
the
brand
color.
was it, by the way? Was it his own made shoe? Was it I don't know, slippers?
It was,
Was
he
it?
crafted some Adidas type shoe, right? I think he went with the standard, the gold standard, and enhanced upon that, is what I took. But maybe I'm misunderstanding it. But I think he started with a base of something great, and wanted to make it his own, but also keeping its original and identity intact.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learn more about this Rift Valley Motel, but at the same time, I think a lot of our listeners are gonna be intrigued also about our story with Blinko, because yeah, again, not often we get access to our alien on our show. So I think a lot of our listeners gonna be tuning in more often, and also people of interest might also join us as caller, like Antoine did, to discover more about this Web3 and general managers.
General managers. Who would have thought? I see that so much. I mean, like, imagine a world run by managers. Crazy. This has been incredible.
Oh.
Here, I thought I was just coming to speak with you, and get to know more through you, and then we had another come on, and then, man, it just seems to continue to unravel from there.
Yeah, man, it's been brilliant. So I am looking at our listeners. I think they've been around with us, and we should also show a token of appreciation for tuning in with us today. What do you think we can do for them, Blinko?
Oh, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure whatever we do, it should be some sort of cosmic type of an affair.
I like the word cosmic.
Cosmic is intriguing.
Yes. Right. So let's redo this again very soon together, Blinko, because I've learned so much to digest today for myself. How about we come back again in a while, maybe in 2 weeks' time, or sooner. Let's see how the time and the cosmos treat us. But until then,
I've got nothing to do.
We say, yeah.
Just let me know. I'm lonely. I just want to talk.
Are you lonely on the planet? Nobody there.
Yeah.
But before our listeners go, I think we can share that the word cosmic can be used for claiming your proof of attendance as our listener here today. So I think Blinko has more information how they can execute that.
I believe via the proof of attendance protocol, there should be some sort of means in order to retrieve that. But I don't know if I have that information directly in front of me.
All right. So I think the process is you open something called an app of the POAP, and there's a secret word you have to enter, which is, as our interaction has been, the secret word is cosmic, all capital letters, and this you can claim from 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and it allows you a window of around 15 minutes to claim it. So be quick, because this cosmic connection doesn't last forever. So to repeat, it's cosmic, capital, and you can claim it as our token of appreciation for attending this premiere today together with Blinko. And hope to see you again and catch you again next time. Both our listeners and Blinko, I'm looking forward to our next discovery and exploration together, brother.
Absolutely, man. This was fantastic. Such a pleasure.
Yeah, such a pleasure. Thanks everybody again for tuning in, and have a great rest of the day.